Hey, fourth grade, Miss Rowe and Pebble here. We are here today to write in response to our DCPS distance learning packet, week 5 prompt. So you were given two options to write a 3-paragraph essay, but we know that we can also respond to a prompt using a 1-paragraph essay. This outline is going to walk us through writing a 1-paragraph essay and making sure it is organized, complete, and fully addresses our prompt. Let's get started. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at the prompt that we're going to be responding to. You can find this on page 15 of your week 5 packet. Before we do anything, it's important that we have a really solid understanding of our prompt. So let's read it together. You have been researching the rock cycle. Write an essay describing the rock cycle. In your essay, include details about how each type of rock, sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic, is created. Be sure to include evidence from the text in your response. What is this prompt asking us to do? We can use our TAP strategy, identifying topic, audience, and purpose, in order to deconstruct or break down this prompt. There's space at the bottom of page 15 that you can use to tap, or you can use your own scratch paper. So first, let's think, what are we writing about? Looking back to my prompt, I see that some key points are that we are describing the rock cycle, and we need to talk about how each type of rock is created. So the emphasis of our essay has much more to do with the creation of each type of rock rather than their appearance or maybe how they're destroyed or where they're found in the world. We're really focused on that creation. So we want to make sure our essay is very focused on that point. So our topic is both the rock cycle and how each type of rock is created. Notice I use my plus sign symbol here to indicate that transition linking word and. Next, we're thinking about who we are writing to. Well, we're not writing a letter to a specific person or a petition to a specific government employee. Rather, we are writing to anyone who wants to learn more about the rock cycle. So our audience for this essay will be non-experts, people who want to learn more. When we're writing to non-experts, we need to make sure our writing is very specific, clear, and well organized so that anyone can learn more about this topic that we are experts on. Finally, we need to address our purpose. Why are we writing? Remember, the 3 main purposes for our essays will be to inform or explain, to tell a story, or to share an opinion. Which of these makes the most sense for our prompt today? If you answered to inform, you are exactly right. This is an informational essay that we're writing today. Now, let's think. When we are informing, which type of outline do we use? Do we use a story arc or do we use a quick outline? Which one makes sense for an informational essay? If you said quick outline, great job. So right now, we're going to pause and notice that this outline is different from the one that's included in our DCPS packet. The outline included in our DCPS packet is setting us up to write a 3-paragraph essay. If that's something that you want to take on, you can turn to Ms. Johnston's video for day 4, but we can also address this prompt together using a 1-paragraph format. And I'm going to show you how we're doing that. There's another key difference that I want us to notice right now. We're going to be using 3 details instead of 4. The reason we're using 3 details is not because we need to write less, but rather because we're going to be discussing 3 types of rocks. So to keep our essay concise and on topic, it makes sense to reduce our number of details so that we're addressing each type of rock in each detail. Take a moment, again on page 15 there's space, or on your own scratch paper, to set up your quick outline for today's essay. Okay, we are now ready to get started. Before we start outlining, let's review what each part of our quick outline contributes to our full essay. First, we know that our topic sentence, or our TS, must address our topic. As a reminder, we have our topic right here. We're writing about the rock cycle and how each type of rock is created. Next, we have our 3 details, and those 3 details are going to address our 3 different rock types: sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic. Finally, our CS must also address our topic. We must go back to talking about the rock cycle and how each type of rock is created. These notes will help us to stay on track as we outline and make sure that each part of our outline is really fulfilling the purpose that it needs to contribute to our greater essay. So let's get started with our TS. We know our TS needs to address the topic, the rock cycle, and how each type of rock is created. So there are lots of different ways we can approach this, lots of beautiful sentences that we can write that would address this prompt perfectly. Here's the one that I chose. Different types of rocks are created through the never-ending process of the rock cycle. Let's double check before we move forward that I'm addressing my topic and my TS. My topic is the rock cycle and how each type of rock is created. Different types of rocks are created, I'm using this keyword for my topic, through the never-ending process of the rock cycle, bringing in another key point from my topic. So, this TS addresses our topic. This is a great opportunity for you as a writer to get creative with different writing strategies that you know and you've used before, but you also need to make sure that your topic sentence is addressing your topic. Now we are ready to move on to our details. Our first focus, we can see from our notes, is on sedimentary rocks. To address my topic fully, I need to include information about how sedimentary rocks are created. How are sedimentary rocks created? Where can we find that information? We can go back to our text. So here we are on DCPS Week 5 packet, page 7. So we have closely read this text, we've worked with it for several days, we're very familiar with it. And if you want to review by rewatching our read aloud or by redoing some activities with Mr. Freeman from earlier in the week, now is a great opportunity to pause, do that, and return to us. But looking back at this text, the things that stand out to me about the creation of sedimentary rock are first, this term erosion, which means the wearing down of rocks into rock particles, and this term deposition, which I know means when these particles begin to pile up to create sedimentary rock. So going back to my text, I know that I need to talk about erosion and deposition because this is how sedimentary rock is created. Turning back to my outline, I'm taking that information from my text, that erosion or wearing down plus deposition or piling up leads to sedimentary rock. Notice I'm using my symbols to save myself time. I have my plus sign and my leads to arrow. Are those symbols going to end up in our final essay? No, they are not. In our final essay, we're taking our details and we're transferring them from note format, what we have right now, into strong, complete, and interesting sentences. For now, these notes are perfect because they convey the points that we need to talk about. Okay. Now our focus is on igneous rocks for detail number 2. To address my topic fully, I need to include information about how igneous rocks are created. How are igneous rocks created? Where can we find that information? We can go back and review our text. Here we are on page 6 of our packet, looking at our text about igneous rocks. Again, we're very familiar with this text. We've been working with it all week. So let's look again and see what jumps out at us about how igneous rocks are created. First, I see this key term. Igneous rocks begin as magma, melted rock. Then I see here, hardened magma becomes solid igneous rock. So I know when magma, melted rock, hardens, That is how igneous rocks are created. That answers my prompt. Going back to my outline, we have magma or melted rock plus hardening leads to igneous rock. Again, using our symbols in order to convey those ideas. We know when we go back to write our essay, we're going to convert those symbols into words in order to convey these ideas in complete sentences. But for now, these notes will help us to stay organized and make sure we have all the key information from the text that we need. For our third detail, we are turning to metamorphic rock. To address my topic fully, once again, I need to include information about how metamorphic rocks are created. How are they created? We can find that information. What do you think? Where do you think we're going to go? Back to the text, of course. So here we are on our week 5 packet on page 8, where our text is addressing metamorphic rocks. So we're very familiar with this text, and in this text, I'm seeing a lot of repetition of certain words. The words pressure and heat and pressure are repeated 3 times. So these are really key terms about the creation of metamorphic rocks. I know that pressure and heat are the 2 conditions necessary to create metamorphic rocks. So this is the information that I need in order to address my prompt today. Back to our outline, we can see for metamorphic rocks, heat plus pressure leads to metamorphic rock. Awesome. So now we have our TS introducing our topic. We have our 3 details addressing the 3 different types of rock in the rock cycle. Now we're concluding our paragraph with our CS, our conclusion sentence. As a reminder, our CS needs to address our topic, how each type of rock is created in the rock cycle. One great strategy that writers use to start a CS is to use a conclusion phrase. So I've chosen in conclusion. The reason we use in conclusion is it's a signal to our reader that we're wrapping up our essay, that we're bringing it all together. Next, we're generating a sentence that addresses our topic. So let's see if I addressed my topic. In conclusion, even though sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic rocks are created in different ways, they each play important roles in the rock cycle. So going back, did we talk about the rock cycle? Yes, we did. We talked about how each type of rock plays a role. Next, did we talk about how each type of rock is created? Yes, we did. We talked about how they are created in different ways. So we addressed our topic. We're good to go. Again, as a writer, this is your opportunity to get creative and use all of the wonderful strategies that we practice in class every day to write a strong, complete sentence that addresses our topic. So now our outline is finished, and we can see that we were able to address this prompt fully using a 1-paragraph format because we were very intentional with how we used each detail. Stay tuned for part 2, where we're going to take this outline and I will show you an exemplar of how we take our outline and we convert it to a strong and interesting essay. Great job, 4th grade. Please send me pictures of your outlines. I am so excited to see them.